A U.S. Coast Guard pilot was fired for one of the most absurd reasons in government history. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's personal blanket wasn't transferred to a replacement plane. Corey Lewandowski, Noem's top advisor and alleged romantic partner, reportedly fired the pilot on the spot and told them to take a commercial flight home. But there's a twist. They had to immediately rehire the pilot because nobody else could fly them back. This bizarre incident is just one revelation from a bombshell Wall Street Journal investigation exposing constant chaos inside DHS, a $70 million luxury private jet, and a pair who fired 80% of career ICE leadership. Today, we're breaking down the blanket scandal, the dysfunction at DHS, and why even Trump's inner circle is uncomfortable with what's happening. Here's what happened, according to multiple sources who spoke to the Wall Street Journal. Kristi Noem was traveling on a Department of Homeland Security aircraft when a maintenance issue was discovered. She had to switch planes mid-trip. But when the crew moved her belongings to the replacement aircraft, they forgot one item: Noem's personal blanket. When Noem realized her blanket wasn't on the second plane, Corey Lewandowski, her top advisor, who acts as her unofficial chief of staff, fired the U.S. Coast Guard pilot responsible for the flight. The pilot was told to take a commercial flight home once they reached their destination. Fired. Over a blanket. But here's where it gets even more ridiculous. Lewandowski and Noem quickly realized they had a problem. Nobody else was available to fly them home. So they reinstated the pilot. The same person they just fired hours earlier had to fly them back because there was literally no one else qualified and available. A DHS spokeswoman refused to comment directly on the incident, but said Secretary Noem has made personnel decisions to deliver excellence. Excellence. That's the official explanation for firing a Coast Guard pilot over a forgotten blanket, then immediately rehiring them because you need them. This isn't just petty. It's a glimpse into how Noem and Lewandowski run one of the largest federal agencies in America. The blanket incident reveals something even more troubling. Noem and Lewandowski have been flying around the country on a luxury Boeing 737 MAX jet with a private cabin in the back. According to the Wall Street Journal, DHS is currently leasing this plane, but is in the process of purchasing it for approximately $70 million. Let that sink in. $70 million. For comparison, DHS is purchasing 7 other planes for deportation operations. The total cost for those 7 planes is significantly less than this single luxury jet for Noem. DHS staff have started jokingly referring to the plane as Noem's big, beautiful jet, a reference to Trump's language. The plane was initially earmarked for high-profile deportations, according to people familiar with the matter. Instead, it's being used for Noem and Lewandowski's personal travel. The 737 MAX has a private cabin in the back, essentially a flying luxury suite. While rank-and-file DHS employees are being fired, demoted, or put on administrative leave, the secretary is flying in a $70 million private jet. DHS previously used other Coast Guard or agency planes for the secretary's travel, but apparently those weren't luxurious enough for Noem and Lewandowski. This is your tax dollars at work. While Trump claims to be cutting government waste through DOGE, his Homeland Security Secretary is buying a $70 million private jet. The Wall Street Journal report includes explosive details about Noem and Lewandowski's relationship, the alleged affair that's been rumored for years. Lewandowski and Noem, who are both married, have publicly denied the reports of the affair, but people said they do little to hide their relationship inside the department, the Journal reported. Last year, tabloid photos showed Lewandowski going back and forth between his apartment and Noem's, apartments that are directly across the street from each other. After those photos surfaced, Noem moved into a government-owned waterfront house on a military base in Washington. This house is normally provided to the leader of the U.S. Coast Guard, the commandant. But Noem decided she needed it instead, for increased security, according to a DHS spokeswoman. The spokeswoman also said Noem pays rent for the house. And where does Lewandowski live now? He also spends time at the house, according to the Journal's sources. So the Homeland Security Secretary moved into a government house meant for the Coast Guard commandant, and her alleged romantic partner, who's married to someone else, spends time there too. The Journal reports that Noem and Lewandowski's close relationship has made President Trump and his top advisors uncomfortable. Even Trump's inner circle is concerned about the optics and the reality of their relationship. When asked about the affair allegations, a DHS spokeswoman told the Journal, "The department doesn't waste time with salacious, baseless gossip." But multiple sources inside DHS say it's not gossip, it's an open secret. The blanket incident isn't an isolated case of irrational personnel decisions, it's part of a pattern. According to the Wall Street Journal, Noem and Lewandowski have fired or demoted roughly 80% of the career ICE field leadership that was in place when they started. 80%. That's not reform, that's a purge. Sources inside DHS describe a workplace environment of constant chaos where Noem and Lewandowski frequently berate senior-level staff, demand polygraph tests for employees they don't trust, fire or demote employees for trivial or dubious reasons. Lewandowski, who is technically an unpaid special government employee, has been operating as Noem's de facto chief of staff, a position he was passed over for due to the affair allegations. Under federal law, special government employees can only work 130 days per year without disclosing or relinquishing their other business interests. DHS claims Lewandowski stays within that limit. But 4 administration sources told Axios last year they believed Lewandowski had already exceeded it. Sources said Lewandowski sometimes enters government buildings by walking in with other employees to avoid swiping his own security badge, a tactic that would obscure how often he's actually on site. He also reportedly prefers using his personal phone for official business, keeping conversations off government systems. In one particularly disturbing incident reported by the Journal, Lewandowski made it known to top ICE officials that he wanted to be issued a law enforcement badge and a federally issued gun. Let that sink in. Corey Lewandowski, who has 0 law enforcement experience, who was convicted of misdemeanor battery in 2016 for grabbing a female reporter, who's serving as an unpaid advisor, wanted a gun and a badge.
The Journal's investigation reveals that Noem and Lewandowski's grip on power is more fragile than it appears. 2 weeks ago, during the chaotic immigration enforcement operation in Minneapolis, federal agents shot and killed 2 American citizens, Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old nurse, and Renee Good, a 37-year-old poet and mother of 3. Noem's response? She called Preddy, the nurse shot in his own driveway, an act of domestic terrorism. The backlash was immediate and severe. Even some inside the Trump administration pushed the president to fire Noem. According to the Journal, just 2 days after the shootings, Lewandowski messaged Trump's pollster, Tony Fabrizio, with a desperate request. They needed to cut an ad to help her. Fabrizio ignored the request. So Noem and Lewandowski launched what the Journal calls a rehabilitation tour, a series of public appearances and friendly op-eds designed to salvage her reputation. In one op-ed, titled "America Needs Kristi Noem's Leadership," published in Newsweek, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry praised Noem's role in helping states prepare for a winter storm. A DHS spokeswoman said Noem didn't ask supporters to write op-eds, but the timing was obvious. Despite the chaos, Trump has publicly resisted calls to fire Noem. Earlier this month, he said, "They were saying, 'Are you going to relieve Kristi Noem of her duties?' No, why would I do that? We have the strongest border in the history of our country." The Noem-Lewandowski saga reveals something deeper about how Trump's administration operates. Loyalty over competence. Noem was chosen not for her qualifications, but for her unwavering loyalty to Trump. She defended him through every scandal, endorsed him early, and became a MAGA celebrity. No accountability. A DHS secretary fires a Coast Guard pilot over a blanket, spends $70 million on a luxury jet, allegedly has an affair with her top advisor, and fires 80% of career leadership, and faces zero consequences. Taxpayer money wasted. While Trump claims to be cutting government waste, his cabinet members are buying $70 million private jets and living in government houses meant for military leaders. Dysfunction normalized. The fact that a U.S. Coast Guard pilot was fired over a forgotten blanket and nobody at DHS pushed back shows how thoroughly Trump has broken normal accountability mechanisms. Lawmakers from both parties have been critical. Democrats in Congress are demanding changes to DHS enforcement methods and threatening to withhold funding. But as long as Trump backs Noem, she's untouchable.